and welcome to another video. And as promised on my Facebook page, my Templars Crusade Facebook page, I said today we would do a weathering video for doing bases, as a lot of people have been asking. Now, the whole point of a good base is it draws the eye to the mini that you're presenting to everybody, and that's my views on it. I don't know what your views are, but let's have a good look and see what we can do. Okay, so here we have my pre-painted base. It's ready to go. I've plastered it on top of my Lazy Susan. It really helps to have something like that, basically, and a nice bit of foam that you can rest the model on to stop it from sliding about all over the place. Okay, so in order to get this done, I've pre-painted it. We've got lots of silvers, we've got blacks, we've got decals on there, we've got yellows, and we've got beautiful greys from Minotaur. I do love the Minotaur range. It's a beautiful, beautiful range. And the whole idea is we're building a base that's got an interior and an exterior. So I'm using washed it with Vallejo dipping solutions, 50% black, 50% sepia, and then make sure you just clean it up afterwards to make sure there's no pooling, using a cotton bud or a cloth. Now, I always like to paint the interiors of these things because these are showpieces. These are things that will sit on your shelf or in your glass cabinets, and when your friends or your parents come around, they'll go, oh, that's nice, and you can take it apart and show them, and it just makes it look that little bit more special. And the great thing about these, they're already prepared for magnets, so if you're clever, unlike myself, you could easily stick a magnet in there, so they just click together. But I mean, at the moment I'm finding it just slots together quite nicely. And again, I've painted the interior black because it looks nicer, and everything's ready to go. So what we're going to use first is AK Interactive's Kursk Earth. This is a weathering liquid. If you haven't used it, you're in for a real treat. You just paint it on in the areas that you want it. Now I'm smothering it as usual, and then when you're finished, just clean it up with a sponge, a cloth, or cotton buds. It's up to you. The effect that you're going to get is outstanding. To be fair, I probably don't use that many weathering powders these days. I just use this stuff, and they do a wide range of stuff. It is just beautiful, and plus it doesn't come off in your hands or in your trays, and yeah, there's never little bits of powder everywhere. It's really good stuff. Okay, so we're going to be using AK Interactive, but this time it's heavy chipping solution. This stuff allows us to paint a film, a layer over the top of areas that we want to paint without painting it over the stuff, and it dries clear as well. A lot of people use hairspray, or used to use hairspray, and there's a lot of other solutions out there, but it's just what I've got to hand. Okay, so we're going to use Lagoon Blue by Minotaur. It's a beautiful, beautiful paint. Now, if you remember, many moons ago I painted all my white scars in that, and it was just gorgeous. Lovely, lovely. So we've painted our chipping solution over the top. We're just going to hit it with our paint now, and the nice thing about that is it will just dry over the top of the film that we've got laid down. Now all you need is your cotton bud and some water, and you can just scrape away the paint, and it will just reveal underneath the paintwork that we've already put in place. Now you can do layers and layers of this. It really works really well. Now I've tried it on a number of things, and it's beautiful, and this is the finished look you get. Now you can see why I get excited about models when you see stuff like this, and I've seen it on a lot of other people's work. It's just gorgeous. You know, these are the things that you should get excited about. Okay, so we're now using AK Interactive's weathering liquid again. I am not sponsored by them. I just love their products. Now the whole point of this is just to tone down the blue, and just knock it back a bit, because we want that bleached look, we want that filmic bleached look, and that's what we're getting. And if you look at that, that is really coming on. I mean, some people could just stop there and walk away, but we're not gonna. We're gonna add a little bit more detail to this. We're gonna have a little bit more fun. So stay with me as we prepare to add some highlights. I think we're ready for some highlights now. So we're gonna take our silver, and it's plate silver by Vallejo, and I've got to say the gain color range is just beautiful. They're metallics, you can't argue with. Now I just want to highlight certain areas. We don't want to just plaster it all over. We just want to highlight little areas. So we've got a bit of variety to the base. Now I've gone around the edging on it, and I've picked out little bits and pieces like this because and along the edging there, just to give it a little bit of a shine here and there. Now the ribbing in the concrete, we're going to be knocking back with AK Interactive's Rush Streak. Now I swear to you, I just have loads of this product all over the place. I love it. Take your sponge, just dip it in there, Don't be too afraid to wipe some of it off, or if you do put too much on the model, you can easily wipe it away before it dries. If it's too strong, just go in there and just feather it down and just clean it up. Do it on the concrete areas where the metal sticks through, where the little metal ribbing sticks through, because you'll often find that when metal decays in concrete, it does rust around it. I tend to go look for stuff. I take photographs of stuff that I find interesting in the street or on building sites or places that are being destroyed, and just keep them as reference. It's really handy like that. So we're starting to get there. It's starting to look really, really nice. We're going to add some more effects to it. In fact, we're going to be using AK Interactive's engine oil. Now, I've got to say, I really like this stuff. I have a lot of AK Interactive products. Now, people often say to me that Space Marines don't use lubrication, but I think that's nuts, because their armour's powered. It needs hoses, piping and stuff like that to push pistons and and make things work. So a little bit of coolant leakage on the floor, just add that. It just adds to the detail of it all. So now it's starting to look really, really cool. We're going to add our blood for the blood god. And we're just going to add it into the wound areas, not too much of it, because obviously we don't want to just go overboard. We just want it to look a little bit, we just want it for detail. Basically the devil is in the detail. Now we're using Army Painter. I love this stuff, the little tufts that they make. They're absolutely gorgeous. And we're going to be using Secret Weapons leaves. That was sent to me by Justin. I promise you they are leaves. It looks a bit ominous in that packet. We're just going to take our little tufts of grass, and we're going to glue them into place. Please make sure that you don't stick it to the back end. Just stick it to one piece, because obviously this whole thing comes apart. Just think about where you're placing it as well, and then you can start laying down your leaves. Now for this, I love using paper. I think it's paper glue by Deluxe Materials. It's a nice white PVA, and it's a strong industrial type PVA that really does the job. I mean, you can use any PVA you like, but I just tend to use that. And here we have our finished base, which I'm very, very excited by. Now, the whole point of this was to create something that was very saturated in look and colour. We're looking at where we placed our leaves and our grass tufts, and obviously Vulcan's going to be coming in from that side in, so this side's our interior, and so the grass tuft should be on the outside. So you can see our lovely little rusting effects, you can see our lovely little oil effects, and our weathering, and it all comes apart beautifully. It looks smashing. It's a lovely job, and I hope that you guys find this useful in some way, and we'll be doing some more videos on the Primarchs very, very soon, looking at different bits and pieces that we can paint up. So guys, you be good, you be safe, and I'm going to see you very, very soon.